Hi, welcome back to my channel. It's all about you. Now, today's topic is about keratin treatments. I know you guys have been wondering about them, so let's talk about it. Let's get into it. All right, I will be looking down at my notes so I don't miss anything, hopefully. All right, let's talk about what they are supposed to do. They are supposed to make your hair more smooth, more frizz-free, something of that sort. So let's talk about there are many different kinds. There's some with animal-based, plant-based, some with formaldehyde, no formaldehyde. So there's different ones. So let me let you know from my experience what I've noticed with doing the keratin treatments. So you put a solution on, you flat iron it in your hair. Some say 5, 6, up to 10 times. Now, when you do that, it's almost like heat training. Okay, I want you to know if you are curly, coily, and even if you're wavy, sometimes there's no going back, depending on how good you put in the treatment or how good the person puts in the treatment. If they put a lot of solution, they're making sure they're doing the sections right, they're flat ironing it those many times that they say flat iron, then you will have a good keratin treatment, and there is no washing your hair and you're going to come back coily. You're going to have some heat trained hair and you're going to have some loose curls hair all mixed up, because the goal for keratin treatments is to smooth your cuticle out. Smooth your cuticle so that it lays flat. That's what it is. Now, it strengthens your hair because this keratin, pretty much the same as protein, bonds to your hair. So when it bonds, it coats it. And it does block off humidity. So it does help your hair not to poof up, unlike when you get a relaxer. It can, you can get frizz. But with the keratin, there's less frizz, probably about, I would say, 80%. And that's why the young ladies who get it is able to have more silkier hair if they get caught in the rain, if it's humid outside, they don't poof up, it stays flat. I actually work with a young lady, and she's been getting a form of keratin for a lot of years now, and her hair is strong, it's healthy. You can even get color and highlight safely with keratin, because the strength that the bonded keratin puts on the hair helps the hair to endure. It does. That's what I have noticed from me doing the treatment that I do. Now, like I said again, if you are natural and you think you're going to get a keratin treatment and you're going to wash it out and you're going to have curls and coils again, once you get that treatment, if it's done properly, you will not be able to go back to your curls and coils. Don't listen to them talking about it's going to wash out in 6 months, because think about this. This is the important part. The way the process is done, you having to section your hair off in small sections and flatten. The one that I use is the Chi Enviro. That's the one that I use. It's the nice one, but the directions say section, small sections, thin sections, flat iron the hair 10 times, high heat, 400 and up, each little thin section. By the time you get through doing your whole head, there's some form of bonding, yes, the solution, but there's also a form of heat training your hair. Now, after you put it in, you don't wash your hair until 24 hours, 24, 48 hours. So I've known that some people go a whole week and don't wash their hair because it's nice. They don't want to wash it out and they just got a flat iron. But when they wash it out, their hair is straighter. silkier because that bonded keratin is on there. They blow dry is like, they can do their blow dry 80% faster because once that heat hit it from the blow dryer and then the flat iron it again, it's nice. Now what you cannot do is wash your hair and think you're gonna do a roller set and your curls gonna last, because it's not. What I've noticed is that that hair wants to be flat. That hair wants to stay flat. If you're able to do that, that means that keratin treatment was not put in properly. That means you have enough texture still in your hair where you can get a roller set and your buns can be manipulated. Because when you get the keratin treatment, your buns is not supposed to be manipulated into a roller. It's meant to stay straight. That's why they say don't put no hair ribbons and pins and scrunches on it, because if you do, it's gonna crease in your hair. It's gonna hold that print. Okay, so that's what I've noticed. So that's why I tell my clients, when you want a keratin treatment, know that you're not gonna be able to do twist outs, braid outs, not like it would be if you had natural hair or relaxed hair. It's not going to be the same. They won't last as long because that processed hair from the keratin, that hair really wants to stay flat. It wants to stay straight because remember, you flat ironed it, what, 6, maybe 10 or more times. And remember, every time you wash your hair, you're not going to be able to wash your hair and not blow dry and flat iron. If you want to style it. If you want to style it, you're going to have to blow dry it and flat iron it to get that sleek look. You're not going to be able to wash it, let it air dry, and go. No washing goes. You're going to have to put some kind of heat to it to soak it out, to style it, because the keratin is activated with the heat. And it'll stick it out. If you get a good keratin treatment, it will. It's nice. And it makes the hair very strong because of the bonded keratin that you put on there and sealed it in. You sealed it in with that flat iron 6, 10 or more times, because you know we overdo it because we want to be in there. So it's almost like heat training. Think about it. Don't fool yourself. See, I'm here on this channel to tell the truth. No lies. Okay? Now, I've heard some people say, oh, you can get a relaxer and get the keratin. Now, I talked to one of my girlfriends. I have not done it personally. But I talked to one of my girlfriends and she said, don't do it. And she's been doing hair for a long time. She said, don't do the keratin over relaxer. Don't do it. I've also know that a young lady got the keratin over a curl. Took her hair out. Because as we all know, the curl is meant to curl the hair. And the keratin is meant to straighten the hair. And she had got that curl. And she put it over that keratin, flat iron out of 10 times. Over that hair, processed hair. All the hair came out. It was bad. Don't do it. Don't do it. Look. Some people, they done did it, but they had a lot of new growth. And the stylist was very careful and watching that keratin, that putting the hair on that keratin that was not processed and that relaxed hair. You know, and if a person been taking care of their hair really good, you can do it. Possibly, but you're risking it. Just know when you're doing certain things like that, you're taking a risk with your hair. You are, because I mean, you got relaxed hair and you got the keratin. I mean, really, just take care of your relaxed hair. There's a lot of information out here. You can take care of your relaxed hair, have healthy, relaxed hair, or you can have the keratin. If you're going to decide to go to the keratin, make a choice. Make a choice. I would make a choice. And like I said, I did see some young ladies who did it. But then I also seen where their hair wasn't doing too good in some areas too. But we'll talk about that later. Let me stick to the notes. Okay, so Like I said, the hair will stay straight. You know, it's meant to stay straight. That's why you flat iron it the many times for it to be straight. Not no wash and go, not no braid out, not no waves. It ain't gonna last. If you try to do a roller set, it's not gonna last. It might stay for a few hours. I've done roller sets on relaxed hair, and the ladies came back with the same curls I put in 2 weeks later. Because what they was doing was they wasn't really combing their hair out. They was just putting a bonnet on and letting the curls fall, and by 2 weeks, all of them had not failed. But that's relaxed hair. You know, and again, remember, I don't take all the texture out your hair either. I leave some elasticity in there. So they're able to achieve that. I do not see you wearing a roller set or a twist or braid out with a keratin treatment and it's lasting. If somebody's able to do that, post that video. I want to see it. Okay, I want to see a good keratin, not no half-done keratin where your hair still got some texture, because a good keratin treatment, your hair going to be straight. I done it. I know. Because that's what they wanted. I have a couple of ladies that come all the way from Texas. And they get the Chi and Viro, two sisters. Because they want their hair straight. They got beautiful hair. Beautiful hair. I'm going to see if they'll let me film them. But they got beautiful hair and they want their hair straight. They don't want no waves, no coils. They got that nice 4A hair, 4B hair. But they don't want that. They want straight hair. So they can wash it, bleach it, color it, go in the pool, go in the beach, go home, blow dry, flat iron, and they're not going to take them all day because they got the treatment. Because they got a lot of hair. They ain't got time for that. But that's what they want. So that fits their lifestyle. So that's why they got the keratin treatment. Okay? So, let me see my notes. Now, that's one of the benefits of having the keratin. There's pros and cons of everything. Relaxers, being natural, all of it. It's always a pro and there's always a con. So always weigh. Think about why you're getting it, why you want it, what it's going to do, how it's going to benefit you before you decide to do certain treatments to your hair. I'm not down in the keratin. I'm not down in relaxers. I'm not down in the flat iron. I'm not down in anything. All I'm saying is, before you decide to do something to your hair, think about what is the benefit or what is the con, and then go from there. How it's going to help you in your life? How it's going to make you look? Are you going to be happy with it? Or is it going to be something you can do long term? Because them keratin treatments ain't cheap. No, mine is $200 and that's on the cheap side. I'm going up soon. But anyway, they're not cheap. But you know, you get them every what? They say you're supposed to get them every 3 to 6 months. And let me tell you why you're going to get them every 3 to 6 months. Because some people don't understand this, so I had to break it down in layman's terms. The reason you're going to get it every 3 to 6 months, in 3 months, hair normally grows a half an inch a month. So in 3 months, you got what? An inch and a half of hair. So you have an inch and a half of hair. Then that does not have the keratin on there. So when you blow drying your hair and trying to get your style, you're gonna have the roots, tapping the roots a lot, trying to get it to match your treated hair. And if you go longer than that, you go in 6 months, then you got 3 inches of hair that's not processed. So it's not that it lasts 3 to 6 months. It's just that you're gonna need to get one in 3 to 6 months because your hair gonna be now grown. And you're going to have hair that's not processed. That's how that is. Because once you get that keratin, it ain't going to come out. It's not coming out in no 3 to 6 months. I have not seen that. If anybody not seen that, let me know. Once you get a keratin treatment, it's in your hair permanently. I have not seen nobody get a keratin treatment done properly and all of their hair have reverted back to where it was before they got it. It's not possible because, you know, you got to think about the process of putting it in, all that heat, all that flat ironing. You think all that flat ironing, and then every time you style it, you got a flat iron, and then you thinking 3 to 6 months is going to be now worn off, and now you got all your natural hair back or regular. No, it's going to be heat trained. keratin in, and you're going to have roots. Remember that. Know that before you get these treatments. Because if your lifestyle can't afford it, because I've heard these keratins, some of these keratins you $700 some dollars, depending on which one you get. Can you do that? If you can, all right, that's you. But everybody can't do that. Okay? So think about it. That's all I'm saying is sit down and have a talk with yourself. Ask yourself if this is something that you want to do, because it's not a bad thing. It's not. Does your lifestyle fit for you to do that? If it does, then do it. Go ahead and do it. All right, let me make sure I got all my notes. Yeah, I think I got everything. Now, if you guys have any questions, please let me know. Ask me questions in the comment box. And I thank you for listening. I hope I hit everything. If I didn't, give me a comment. I'll answer your questions. Thank you so much. And it's all about you, and you have a great day.